Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever the case may be. This is Mike from a hotel room in Lansing, Michigan. This is my first day working full-time for Blubrry Podcasting and RawVoice. And I'm set up in the hotel room here with my old Windows laptop with the USB headset, so it probably sounds a little bit different than what you're used to hearing me. But I thought I would make a little recording here and see what it sounded like. I'm here attending the Michigan Association of Broadcasters Great Lakes Broadcasting Conference, and we'll be manning the booth tomorrow, Tuesday, here in Lansing. So if you happen to hear this tonight or tomorrow and you're in striking distance of Lansing, it's free to get into the conference hall there where the exhibits are, and come check us out at Blubrry booth there, booth number 16, kind of in the middle of the action, down here with Barry Kantz, our CFO from Blubrry. And we had a nice drive down and a nice visit, and got the booth all set up, and we're all set to go for tomorrow. Looking forward to it. Interesting that the first conference I go to as a full-time employee is right here in my home state. I'm about 2 blocks from the Capitol building in Lansing, Michigan. And nice hotel. It's a Radisson. And the conference center is connected to the hotel via a covered bridge over the river, so it's kind of neat. We're going to be in conference room or conference area, exhibit hall, whatever, A. Don't know what it's called, but anyway, it'll be a good conference. I had a little vendor preview thing this evening, and talked to a few people, and I think it'll go pretty well. I guess I could have put this over on Podcast Help Desk since I'm talking about podcasting, but what the heck. But wanted to see how this mobile setup worked. Might do something from the conference hall tomorrow, I don't know. We'll see. Supposed to have decent bandwidth, but you know how these conferences go, so maybe not. The hotel has okay bandwidth. At least I hope so. I'm recording in Audacity. I haven't even fired up Audacity in a long time. Took me a little bit to figure out how it worked again. But it seems to do all right. But like I said, took off about 9 o'clock this morning and drove down to Coopersville, picked up Barry, and then we rode down to Lansing here. Like I said, beautiful. It was a beautiful day. Now it's cloudy, but it's not rainy, so I guess I can take that. Got kind of an early call in the morning. Get up around 5:30 and be ready to go at 6:30. Go get the car and then drive it around to the conference center because we're going to check out of the hotel anyway, so might as well get that all packed up, ready to go, and then all we got to do is pack the booth, which fits into a large suitcase, a rollerboard that I had brought along, and that'll be fun. I guess I get to talk to a lot of broadcasters. I suspect I'll run into a few people I know in the radio industry in Michigan here, and hopefully we'll get a few leads and sell some podcast hosting and other services, analytics, whatever. And looking forward to that. It's been kind of a crazy couple of weeks with the transition in jobs. I left the print shop about a week ago. I gave my notice and was done a week ago Thursday. And this last week was quote-unquote vacation, but I kind of slipped into the new job a little ahead of time. And of course, I'll be taking most of the tech support calls. Of course, I've been doing that all along, but now it's on a more formal and actually got a promotion. I'm the customer support coordinator for Blubrry and RawVoice, and suspect I'll spend a lot of time consulting and helping people use the services and helping improve the services and the documentation. And so it should be a good fit. Something I enjoy doing. Of course, if you listen to Podcast Help Desk, that's what I do over there as a hobby. So now I get to do it as a full-time profession. I think that'll be good. And I get to do it from home for the most part, other than these little conference trips, which I don't mind a bit, especially this one since it was 3 hours away from home. So that doesn't happen very often. I will be at Podcast Movement this year over in Chicago right after 4th of July. That week there, we'll be staying right there at the hotel near the conference. So if you're a podcaster and you want to come over and check out Podcast Movement, of course we'll be there. Todd Cochran, our CEO, will be there, and Angelo Mendedo, our CIO, will be there, and Mackenzie, who's our what is her official title? Affiliates and Services Coordinator from the Columbus office. She'll be there. Mackenzie Bennett. She's also the host of the PowerPress podcast now. So if you guys listen to that one, you get to meet her. And that should be a good time. I don't know if there's any other conferences coming up. I'm sure there is, but this one was kind of short notice. I mean, I knew it was happening, and I knew that we were getting a booth, but I didn't know I would be the one to be coming down here, and I don't think Barry knew he was coming down either, so that's just okay. And I think it'll be a lot of fun, and again, like I said, I'll probably run into some people I know in the either know or know of in Michigan radio, since I dabble in that myself a little bit. But last week I got my office all set up in the studio at home, so now I'm officially ready to go to work, and got to upgrade my iMac. Went ahead and got a 1 terabyte SSD drive and transferred everything over, and man, that thing's fast. It's one nice thing about Macs. They tend to be long-lived, and this one's 5 years old or so, and it boots up in about 20 seconds. So, and that's boots up and is usable in 20 seconds. I was completely impressed. So they had a spinning drive in it, and that spinning drive is definitely getting long in the tooth. So got that out of there, and now have that in a case for backup. But hopefully I won't need that, and just continue to use the SSD. Also got a few things done around the house other than the computer maintenance and whatnot. So I'm all ready to go. So that'll be good. Anyway, I won't bore you with my jibber jabber. I just thought I would put out a little podcast here and test out the mobile rig, at least the Windows version of the mobile rig. Of course, I do have my Mac laptop here as well. I guess I could have fired that up, but that one's getting real old. That one's a 2007, I think, white MacBook. And I put an SSD in that a year or two ago, and it boots up quite fast, but it's kind of stuck on an older version of Mac OS. And I mean, it works, but this Windows 10 laptop, even though it's an older laptop, Windows 10 runs on it just fine. And I'm getting used to Windows 10, so when I'm on the road, I'll use this, at least for now. At some point, I want to pick up a MacBook Air or a MacBook Pro, I don't know which. And that'll be good. I definitely like the Macs, but I like to keep my hands into the Windows world a little bit. This is good enough. I actually only have one real use for this machine, is to program my ham radios. It's all the software that I use to program the different radios, and the cables all are Windows based. So rather than putting Windows on a Macintosh just for that, I got this laptop. It's not that old. I don't know how old it is. Maybe 4 or 5 years old. That's a HP. Don't even know what model number, but this one's the next one to get an SSD drive. They're getting down in price now to where they're affordable. I think a 256 gig SSD is somewhere around $60. And with the performance increase, you'd be amazed at how much the disk, controls the speed of the machine. More RAM, of course, always helps. Of course, the air conditioning unit here had to kick in, but I imagine this is kind of noisy anyway. And the other thing with this USB headset, I can't hear myself talk, so I got to look at the meters there. I think I'll run this through Auphonic before I put it up, so the levels should be okay. I don't even know what number this is. I think it's 247 of Mike Dell's World. I don't know. But thought I'd throw a little update in there. Tell you what's been going on. So with that, I'll call it a podcast. Catch you guys later. I might, like I said, I'd post something from the floor. So follow me over on Facebook. It's facebook.com/mgdell or Twitter at mgdell. And, everywhere else. I don't know. I'm all over the place, but most everything is mgdell. And hopefully we'll get this posted and post some pictures from the conference, and should be good. I'm right across the aisle from Grass Valley. I used to use a Grass Valley switcher at a TV station job I had. What was that, 21 years ago? Jeez. Of course, the switchers have changed a lot. They're using this new protocol with its IP-based video inputs instead of cables running everywhere. So that puts all the video sources on a network. It's pretty neat technology. I'm going to have to wander over to the Grass Valley booth, and I'm sure there's other booths in the hall that have that kind of technology. It'd be interesting to see. Todd Cochran went to the NAB show, National Association of Broadcasters show in Las Vegas. I think it was last week or week before. And he was just all excited about that. New Tech is right near us too, or a New Tech dealer. That's the TriCaster. In fact, I think they're right next door, so I'll have to definitely go over there and talk to them. I don't really have a use for something like that, but it'd be kind of fun to check out, since I have in the past run the TriCaster for live shows out of Las Vegas at CES time for the Tech Podcast Network. So anyway, I told you I was going to end this, and I still haven't. So let's just end this now. Talk to you later.